नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं वाचं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् चितं ते पुण्डरीकाक्ष नमस्ते विश्वभावन नमस्तेस्तु हृषीकेश महापुरुषपूर्वज सदक्षरं ब्रह्म य ईश्वरः पुमान् गुणोर्मि सृष्टिस्थितिकालसल्लयः प्रधानबुद्ध्यादिजगत्प्रपञ्चसूः सनोऽस्तु विष्णुर्मतिभूतिमुक्तिदः देवासुरमभूत्युद्धं दिव्यमब्दशतं पुरा तस्मिन् पराजिता देवाः दैत्यैः ह्रादपुरोगमैः क्षीरोदस्य उत्तरं कूलं गत्वा अतप्यन्त वै तपः विष्णोराराधनार्थाय जगुः च इमं स्तवं तदा देवा ऊचुः आराधनाय लोकानां विष्णोरीशस्य याङ्गिरं वक्ष्यामो भगवान् आद्यः तया विष्णुः प्रसीदतु यतो भूतानि अशेषाणि प्रसूतानि महात्मनः यस्मिंश्च लयमेष्यन्ति कस्तं स्तोतुम् इह ईश्वरः. In this 17th chapter, beginning of this 17th Adhyaya, this third Amsha, Maitreya, as a reference to the earlier chapter, he asks Parāśara, what is the Lakshanam for a Nagna? Nagna Purusha is someone who doesn't have the cover or the Vastram of Veda, one who completely rejects the practice of uttariyam and veda adhyayanam veda virodha karyam yaha karoti sa eva nagraha iti. One who not virodhi, in other words, he completely rejects the existence of Vedas, and he is called a nagna. In this context, he wanted to relate an incident which happened before, where Bhishma and Vasishta were talking about this, and that samvadam, as a prelude to that, as an explanation to that, he starts off from a Purana katha, where Devasura Yuddham Abhut Purvam Abdashatam. For 100 years there was a Yuddham between Devas and Asuras. The Devas were defeated, so they went to the northern the shore of Ksheerasagara, and they started thinking about Vishnu and did a stotram towards Vishnu. After this, Vishnu appears, and then the rest of the thing goes only into the following chapters. Okay, so in this chapter we stop with the appearance of Vishnu right now and what the solution that he gives. So Deva Uchuhu, the stotram towards Vishnu starts off from the 11th shloka. Lokanam aradhanaya Vishnoho ishasya yam giram vakshiyamaha bhagavan adhyaha taya Vishnuh prasidatu. So whatever words we use, may Vishnu be pleased with that. And Vishnu, who is the adharabhutam for everything in this world, from whom the entire world of living beings were created, who can praise him? Stotrena saha vacham agocharaha iti karanat atra katham vayam stotum ihamahe la. How do we try to praise him through stotras? Tathapi arati vidvamsa dhvastaviryaha bhava arthinaha tvam stoshyamaha tava uktinam yatharthyam naiva gochare. Tava yatarthyam naiva gochare. Your truth, yatarthyam atra tattvam. Vishnoho tattvam tu naiva gochare naiva vidyate. Vishnu's the supreme truth or the final understanding of the tatparyam of Vishnu itself is difficult. It doesn't come within the range of perception for the people, for anybody. So how do we? Tvam stoshyamaha tava uktinam yuktinam anga vandu tava uktinam yatarthyam gochare naiva vidyate. If we uktinam gochare naiva vidyate appadi podnom. Okay, so tava yatarthyam uktinam gochare naiva vartate. So your truth is beyond the capability of words, beyond the reach of words, yet we Tvam stoshyamaha. So we do praise you because we are. So the reason here is tathapi. Even though you are beyond words, still arati vidvamsa dhvasta viryaha bhavarthinaha athava abhayarthinaha. If it is one single word, then you can take it as abhayarthinaha. Those who wish for your protection right now, because our viryam is dhvasta. It has been completely removed, nashtam. by arati vidvamsanat dhvasta viryaha vayam. So our strength has been completely destroyed because of being hit by Arati, by the Shatru, by the Asuras. And abhayarthinaha or bhavartinaha, bhavam tu atra mangalam iti. So we are seeking for something auspicious here. So we are praying to you. Tvam stoshyamaha. Tvam urvi. From here actually the stotram starts. Adu vandu in the munnurai madri. So it's like a prelude to the stotram as such. So tvam urvi salilam vanhihi vayuhu akashamevacha samastamantah karanam pradhanam tatparaf pumana. All of the tattvams are here. The panchabhuta urvi, prithvi up tejo vayu akasham. Prithvi urvi, salilam up jalam, vanhihi agni fire, vayuhu akasham evacha. These are the panchabhutas. And then you have the antahkaranam. Samastam antahkaranam. Samastam antahkaranam encompasses all the jnanendriyas, karmendriya and the antakarana chatushtayam. Then you have pradhanam, which is prakriti. Beyond the prakriti, tatparaha pumana api tvam. So you are of the form of all of the panchabhutas and the antakaranam, which is the panchabhutas form the stula shariram, samasta antakaranam forms the sukshma shariram, and pradhanam forms the karana shariram. You are also the chaitanya swarupam beyond these three shariras. Tvamurvi salilam vannihi vayuhu akasham evacha samastam antakaranam pradhanam tatparaf puman ekam tava etad bhutatman murta murtamayam vapuhu abrahma stamba paryantam sthana kala vibhedavat ekameva tavat bhutatman bhutanam antaratma yaha tadrishaha tvam. So one who is the inner controller of all of the bhutas. Ekam tava etat vapuhu murta murtamayam vartate. Murta amurta. Murta varnam nama vapuhu nama, that which is conditioned. Amurta is that which is not conditioned. So here any kind of vapus, any kind of shariram that we think about, akasham or vayu, these two don't have any confinement here. Or murta dravyam is that which comes within the range of eyesight. So if we are able to see, then it is a murtam vapuhu. If we are unable to see but only feel certain things, or only hear, even the sound is him, but the sound is not something that we can feel and touch and feel the form of it. Tathapi nasti. So it is something beyond the eye sense organ. Chakshurindriya grahyam tu murtatvam. Anya indriya grahyatvam amurtatvam, or chakshurindriya agrahyatvam amurtatvam. So that which cannot be perceived by the chakshurindriya is called amurtam vapuhu. There is only one shariram, there is only one form of you, of Bhagavan, which can be either perceived by the eye or a form that is not perceived by the eye. All of those exist in that one particular adhara form. Yeah? So, ekam tava etat murta murtamayam vapuhu, and which further he qualifies that vapus, that shariram, as brahma stamba paryantam. Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma, creator, the first being in this world. So, Brahmanaha arabhya stamba paryantam, until a grass. Stambam pullu varakyum. Brahma lerundu aarambichu pullu varakyum po. Stamba is a type of grass. So he pervades everything. His entire form starts from Brahma to that Trinam. So Brahma is someone who is amurta. We cannot perceive him through our chakshurindriyam. Whereas Stamba is the lowest thing that we can probably see with our eye. So Brahma stamba paryantam sthana kala vibhedataha. There is a time and space for each one of those beings that have been created in this form. Adha sollirken. And you have maybe a dough. Let's say you have this play-doh vechund in the corner, they play with the clay, right? So as you keep forming the clay, you can submerge it, and then you can again make another form in that clay, and then it will again go back to that clay. And the madri imagine it is one huge idu illana the sand vechinde people play with magnetic sand, and the magnet appdi eduthu pogarche it keeps forming a shape, and then it reduces back to that sand, and then it another form. So each form can stay depending on how long that magnet stays on top of that particular section. The other section is submerged. So if it moves faster, then it loses its shape quickly. So and the madri every being is like that in the huge framework of Bhagavan's form. There are people who can live for longer time. There are some beings which can live for a shorter time. Maybe a few minutes, few seconds, few hours, and then few days, few months, few years for men, and then beyond that you have Deva Varsha, Pitru Varsha, Brahmanaha, Parardha Varsham. So that is the Skala Bhedam. Sthana Bhedam also. He has also created certain lokas for each one of them, and these people are confined to that particular sthanam. If they are if that jiva is present in this particular lokam, then he has this time frame for him. Tatha sthana kala vibhedavat rupam vartate. So each எனக்கு வேறு எப்படியோ அதை வந்து மைண்டில் அப்படி தான் எனக்கு புரியுறது, யூனோ லைக் அ கிளே ஆர் அந்த அந்த மேக்னெட்டிக் சாண்ட் மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபீலிங் மனசில், ஏன்னா டு அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் இட் நம்மளோட சிற்றறிவுலேருந்து எப்படி புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுன்னு பார்க்கணும்ல. ஏகம் தவைதத் பூதாத்மன் மூர்த்தாமூர்த்தமயம் வபுஹு ஆப்ரம்ம ஸ்தம்ப பர்யந்தம் ஸ்தானகால விபேதவத். நவ் ஹி இஸ் the devas are praying to Vishnu in each form, starting from Brahma, then devas, asuras, and then different kinds of beings like yaksha, siddha, kinna, rakshasa, nishachara, pashu ityadi. Tatresha tavayat purvam tvannabhi kamalodbhavam rupam vishva upakaraya tasmai brahmatmane namaha. So tatra isha, he isha Vishnu, tava yat purvam rupam, that which was your first rupam, that rupam is Tvannabhikamala udbhutam udbhavam rupam, your form which came out of your own nabhikamala, the lotus which came out of your own navel, and that form is Vishwa Upakaraya, for the sake of this entire Vishwa. Idu in the Bhagavatatla, I think in the first skanda you have a chapter where each there are these 22 avatars that are being described in one shloka or two shlokas maybe. So there is the avatara and then avatara prayojanam, and who are their parents, and short capsule madri varum, romba beautiful and madri inge. So what was the form, how was it created, why was it created, or what is the adjective for it, what is the role for that form, and what is the name for that form. So I bow to that particular form. So tasmai brahmatmane namaha. So I bow to your rupam, which is of the form of Brahma, that was created in the beginning from your own nabhikamalam, and for the sake of Vishwa Upakaraya, for the to help the world, that is to create the world. Vishwa Upakaram nama atra upakaraha kitrishaha upakaraha, atra tu srishti rupaha eva upakaraha iti svikartavya. The next is Devatmane. Shakra Arka Rudra Vasu Ashvi Marut Somadi Bhedavat Vayam Ekam Swarupam Te Tasmai Devatmane Namaha. We are also another form of you with the differences of Shakra, Indra, Arka, Surya, Rudra, Vasu, Ashtavasu, Ashwini Devatau, Devate, two of them, Marut, Vayu, Soma, Ityadi Bhedavat. There are different forms of these. There will be 33 here. Indra, Surya, Rudra, Adla Ekadasha Rudram, Vasu, Ashtavasu, I think 12 Adityas, and then you have Saptamarut and Soma. These are this will form the principal 33 Devatas. So Vayam Ekam Swarupam, we are one of that form. Idu vechinde sila per vandu they say 33 mukkodi devargalungralya. So 33 principal devatas, not 33 crores abdina some people feel, but there is a reference also that there are 33 crores. See, we don't know how many are there under each division also. So there are for 33 devatas there is one big swargam and nothing else abdina mudiyadilla. So these are the principal devatas. They have yakshaganas, rudras have rudraganas. Each one has their own set of people to work with, to take care of the world, right? They have been appointed, they have been given portfolios to take care of. So tasmai devatmane namaha. So you who are the atma of the devas, you are the inner controller of us devas also. That is another form of you, and the outer form of devas is also you. Dambha prayam asambodhi titiksha dama varjitam yadrupam tava govinda tasmai daityatmane namaha. Dambha prayam, that ahankara prayam, full of arrogance, asambodhi, without any jnanam, viveka shunyam, the absence of viveka here. So viveka shunyam, no, and the pagattarivu, that is the difference between what is nityam and anityam is absent in these people. Daitya, that is asuratmaka. Okay, so dambha, and then dambhamaya, ajnanamayam, titiksha dama varjita. Titiksha and dama. Titiksha is patience or forbearance. Dama is antarindriya nigraha. Both are absent for these two. This is bahirindriya nigraha. Damaha. Shamaha nama antarindriya nigraha. So titiksha and dama varjitam, that rupam, that form which is extremely arrogant, asambodhi, which is full of ignorance and which does not have kshama and control of sense organs. Tava yad rupam vartate, that form of yours, hey Govinda, tasmai daityatmane namaha. We bow to that form which is of the. See, this is the difference between asuras and devas. The devas recognize that it is Vishnu who exists in the form of the asuras also, whereas the asuras are unable to recognize that form. See, that itself is a form of jnanam which they have, which is absent in the asuras. So that is why they are in swarga and these people are in narakam. Dambha prayam asambodhi titiksha dama varjitam yadrupam tava govinda tasmai daityatmane namaha. Nati jnana vaha yasmin nadyaha stimita tejasi shabdadi lobhi yat tasmai tubhyam yakshatmane namaha. I bow to you who are of the form of the yakshas also, or who is the inner controller of the yakshas also. They who are in that form, yasmin nadyaha yasmin stimita tejasi, in which the consciousness is curbed right now. So manda sattvam, they do not have that kind of a prakasham, or the chaitanyam does not shine as much as it does in the devas. So stimita tejasi, the tejas has been reduced a little bit, and where the nadyaha, nadi, all of the nerves are na atignyana vaha, they do not carry that. The nerves are all, nerves and veins and all are not the carriers of knowledge right now. So the receptors do not work as much as they work in other chaitanya. Okay, so nadyaha na atignyana vahaha, they do not carry that jnanam as much as they do in other forms. Shabda adi lobhi, they are constantly greedy for shabda. So that is yakshas are yaksha, kinnara, gandharva, all of these are going towards the sound more than anything else. So sound or form, and the nrityam, that is why they are given nrityam. And அந்த ஒரு பின்னாடி actually ருத்ரனுக்கு nrityati அப்படிம்பார். But yakshas are lobhi, they are greedy after shabda, etc. Dance, music. Kraurya mayamayam ghoram yacharupam tava asitam nishacharatmane tasmai namaste purushottama. He purushottama, tasmai nishacharatmane namaha te. we do a namaskara to your form, which is a nishachara, those who move around in the night. That is, it is a very dark form of yours, asitam rupam, ghoram, very terrible form, and it is filled with kraurya and maya. Krauryam nama krurasya bhavaha. It is filled with cruelty and vanchana, maya. Deceit. Cruelty and deceit is the form which is nishachara form. Swargastha dharmi saddharma phala upakaranam tava dharmakyancha tatha rupam namastasmai janardana. We bow to your form which is dharma, and that dharma is present in swarga because it is a dharma form, and naraka is adharma rupam. Bhumau eva dharma dharma rupam. It is a mixture of both dharma and adharma. Swargastha, even during Kali Yuga, when dharma exists in one leg, there is dharma at some corner of the earth. It doesn't completely vanish off. So Swargastha dharmi saddharma phala upakaranam. It is the upakaranam or the tool to enjoy the phalam, the result that comes out of the good dharma that people do when they go to swargam. Adadu swargastha dharmi yaha dharmavan vartate saha swargastaha dharmavan iti nasti. Not people who are in swarga who do dharma na nama translate pannakodadu. A person who has done dharma in bhulokam, he becomes a dharmi, and when he goes to swarga, there can be, see, depends on his balance sheet here. He can have papa worksheet, innor worksheet can be full of punya. Now, according to his papa palan and punya palan, Bhagavan will decide whether he has to go to swargam or narakam. If it occurs that this is the point where he has to go to swarga, if it is decided by Bhagavan, then saha swargasthaha dharmi bhavati. Dharmavan kaschana bhumau vartate. Yada tasya dharmasya phalasya paripakaha jayate tada saha swargasthaha bhavati. Distinction kaha solra. Sometimes when we take two words as adjectives here, he gives it as one samasta padam here. Swargasthaha yaha dharmi iti chet tatra pramadaha bhavati. One who is in swarga and one who has done dharma gramari aido. Appo, are there people who have done adharma in swarga? Question vandru. That's not the point. Those who are dharmi, who are now in swarga because of the dharmam that they have done, this dharma devata becomes the tool to provide the result for the saddharmam that they have done. So swargastha dharmi saddharma phala upakaranam tava dharmakhyam cha tatha rupam namastasmai janardana. Hey Janardana, we bow to that dharma also. Harshaprayam asamsargi gatimat gamanadishu siddhakyam tava yadrupam tasmai siddhatmane namaha. Siddha charana ityadi. So we also bow to your form, which is the form of siddhas, which is known as siddhas. Tava yat siddhakyam rupam tasmai siddhatmane namaha. We bow to you who is the atma behind the siddhas also, and to your form, the form which is called siddha, that is harshaprayam. They're always happy because anande tishtanti iti. Asamsargi, they don't have any attachment at all. Gatimat gamanadishu gatimat api gamanadishu asamsargi harshaprayam. Gatimat rupam, the form that is constantly moving, that is not stationary in one place. Because the moment you are stationary, you start accumulating things. You think that is permanent, you start keeping things. Those who are nomads are the true siddhas. They don't have an attachment to a place, to things, to vishayas. Gatimantaha. They are constantly moving. Gamanadishu, wherever they go, they don't have an attachment towards that asamsargi. Since they don't have an attachment, ragadveshadikam nasti iti karanat tatra anandameva vartate tesham manasi. So anandaha harshaprayam. Harshaprayam Harshamayam. It's completely filled with the Ananda constantly. Tadrisham Rupam tu Siddha Rupam. Siddhakyam Rupam. Tasmai Siddhatmane Namaha. Atitiksha Dhanam or Atitiksha Ayanam. Abdino, another reading. Ayanam itukte Ashrayaha. Kruram Upabhogasaham Hare Dvijihvam Tava Yadrupam Tasmai Nagatmane Namaha. I bow to that form which is Nagatmane Namaha. Naga, serpents, snakes. Dvijihvam, that which has two tongues. Upabhogasaham, which can tolerate or which wants enjoyments. Kruram, very cruel. Atitiksha Dhanam. Atitiksha eva Dhanam. Not having patience is its virtue. The serpents do not have any patience. The moment someone comes, it just it immediately tries to attack that person, whether he is there is no patience to it. It doesn't give a long rope to people here. So atitiksha eva dhanam atava ashrayaha. Its ashrayam is not having patience. So that is the form of serpents, which is also Bhagavat Swarupam. Avabodhi chayat shantam adosham apakalmasham rishi rupatmane tasmai Vishnu rupaya te namaha. Vishnoho tasmai rupaya te namaha. I bow to you and to namaskaraha tasmai Vishnoho rupaya rishi rupa atmane. To the form that is in the form of Rishi, that is known as Rishi, I bow to that form of Vishnu. And that Rishi form is Avabodhi, Jnanaswarupa. See, Siddhas are in a differentiate Pandra Param. Siddha and Rishi. Siddhas are, there is no attachment, hence they don't have Ragadvesha, so nothing binds them. So they are in a different state as such. Okay. Here, Rishis are Padichava. Not necessary that Siddhas do not have learning. If they want, they can bring that learning, but that is not pradhanam in their mind. See, there are some people who just go by instinct, go by the way they look at the world is, yes, everything seems to come with some kind of a Siddha Purushalla, Ramana Maharshi Madri. But at the same time, if they want, they can bring that knowledge. Of course, he was knowledgeable. Siddhas are also knowledgeable. Inge avabodhin, inge potrikkarthanala, it doesn't mean that Siddhas were not knowledgeable. Siddhas were extremely knowledgeable also. But that was not pradhanam in their practice. In their practice, it was to find that peace, that bliss. Adada. Whereas rishis were concentrating on bodha, avabodhi. It was a jnana swarupam, rupam, jnana rupam, yat shantam, and that which has completely stopped all the chitta vrittis here, no thoughts, adosham, no mistakes also, apakalmasham. There is no papam also in that form. So rishi rupatmane namaha. Avabodhi chayat shantam, adosham, apakalmasham, adosham apakalmasham rishi rupatmane tasmai Vishnu rupaya te namaha. Bhakshyati atha kalpante bhutani yad avaritam tadrupam pundarikaksha tasmai kalatmane namaha. He pundarikaksha, Vishnu, tasmai kalatmane namaha. I bow to that form which is kala. Twadrupam, your form. Of course, we've also seen that kala is the catalyst for bringing together the creation. So, bhakshyati atha kalpante. Kalpante, at the end of one kalpam, that which completely eats or swallows, merges within itself all of the forms, yat avaritam, without any obstacle, it completely merges all of the bhutas within itself. This is not because of maranam or even then, kalpante. This is talking about the paramakalaha. So that kala atmane namaha. I bow to that kala. Sambhakshya sarvabhutani devadini aseshataha nrityati ante cha yat rupam tasmai rudratmane namaha. The kalam is that which comes after every kalpa. Then there is a Mahakalpa after 14 Chaturyugas and 71 Manvantaras or something like that. You have one final Mahakalam, and during that Mahakala, adnalda Mahakaleshwaran peru. Shivanukku vandu he has the name of Mahakala because he is the final one who merges everything within him and dances. That is the cosmic dance. So sarva bhutani devadini aseshatah avisheshatah, without any difference, he completely swallows everybody within him and nrityati, and when he dances ante at the end, that form is also yours. Pravritya rajasaha yacha. So this is Srishti Sthiti Layam. The next is Sthiti. So he started off with Srishti Rupa, and then you have this Laya Rupam. Now he goes to Sthiti Rupa. Pravritya Rajasaha Yacha Karmanam Karanatmakam Janardana Namastasmai Twadrupaya Naratmane. Nara Atmane, Naratmane Garche, one who is the inner controller of all the Manushyas here. Or Manushyanam Sthiti Karanaha Yaha Vartate Saha Tasmai Namaha Pravritya Rajasaha, or just the Manushya Rupam. Just like how he is of the form of Devas, Kala, Rudra, Brahma, Rishi, Yaksha, in the same way he is also of the form of human beings. Naratmane Namaha. Pravritya Rajasaha Pravritya, by the action of Rajoguna, Yacha Karmanam Karanatmakam, and that form which becomes the karanam, which becomes the tool to perform all of the actions in this world because of the prompting of Rajoguna, I bow to that form which is humans. So human beings are prompted by Rajas and they perform actions in this world using this body. So Bhagavan is thought of as this body also. Pravritya Rajasaha Yacha Karmanam Karanatmakam Janardana Namastasmai Twadrupaya Naratmane. Ashtavimshad Vadhopetam Yadrupam Tamasam Tava Unmargagami Sarvatmanna Tasmai Vashyatmane Namaha. After Nararupam, he talks about the Pashu Rupam. The same Ashtavimshad Vadha Upetam, this 28 forms of Vadha. Vadha here refers to inhibitions. 28 kinds of inhibitions are there in a form which is Pashu Rupam, the animal form, and that Rupam is also Tamasam Rupam. It is made from the Tamoguna. Unmargagami, it doesn't have the sense of right and wrong, so it goes in the wrong path. Sarvatmanna Tasmai Vashyatmane Namaha. Vashyaha Nama Pashuhu, any being that does things which are contradictory to what usually a human being does, then it is called, that person is called a Pashu. So this was there before also in the first Amsha, 5th Adhyaya, 10th Shloka. Sridhara Swami gives all of this in his Vyakhyanam. So the 28 types of Vadhas as in Sankhya Karika are Ekadasha Indriya Vadha. Indriya Vadhas are a fault in the Grahanam. See, don't take this as literally the ear is not functioning or the touch is not functioning. Not like that. Badhiryam Nama, you're not listening to anything that is good that has to be listened to. And the vidathla eduthukranga. Okay, so Badhiryam, one second, I'll just be back.
Recording in progress.
So, Ekadasha Indriya Vadhaha, there are 11 Indriyas, 5 Karmendriya, 5 Jnanendriyas and Manas. So, you take it as 11 here. Manas is the only Antakaranam angarthukku representation, we take Manas. So, Badhiryam, Kusthita. So, Badhiryam is the ear not functioning properly. Kusthita is you are not able to grasp the sparsha. The touch sense is not there. Andhata, eyesight. Jadata is rasanayaha, non-functioning of the tongue. Ajighrata, non-functioning of the nose. Now these are the 5 Jnanendriyas. Next is 5 Karmendriyas. Mukata, Vak, the speech is not functioning. Kaundyam is hands do not function. Panguta, legs don't function. So Klaibyam, your sexual function is not there. And Udavartaha, here is Unmattata. No, sorry. Udavattaha is, I forgot to put one more. Udavartaha is where the Udgata Avartam, our excretion is not functioning properly. Then Unmattata is also there, which is the mind is not functioning. So I forgot to mention. So those are the 11 Indriya Vadhas. Tushti Vadha. Tushti Vadha is there are Buddhi Vadaihi Uddishta. So Saptadasha Buddhi Vadaha Vartante. So in that Tushti Vadha is 9, Siddhi Vada is 8. So 8 plus 9 is 17 here. Tushti Vadaha Nama, there are Adhyatmika Vadaha and Bahya Vadaha. Inner problems that stop us from understanding that happiness. Okay. So with respect to Prakriti, Upadana, Kala and Bhagyam, these 5 things, we have the understanding that it is not at all there. Nasti Pradhanam, Nasti Upadanam, Nasti Kalaha, Nasti Bhagyam. If we keep denying all of these things, then there is no happiness. It stops the happiness within. So stopping the happiness outside is continuously going after money, dhana, arjanam, then tadrakshane tushti vadaha. So that is tadrakshane kleshaha vartate. Tasmat, it is an external, it stops us from enjoying externally. It is an external obstacle to have satisfaction. So dhana arjane tushtihi kadapi na bhavati. Dhana rakshane api tushtihi nasti. Kshaye, again, kshayaha is also destruction of that money. Bhoga asaktihi, attachment, too much attachment to the enjoyments of the world also prompt us to not have satisfaction in each. Anubhavika, it doesn't give us any satisfaction. We see that. Himsa, even torturing others, unless you're a sociopath or a psychopath, it doesn't give you pleasure here or a satisfaction here. You want to keep on increasing. Even there, probably, it doesn't stop them at any point. They becomes serial there. Siddhi Vadaha. This Siddhi is not Anima, Garima, Laghima, etc. The Siddhis that are spoken of in Sankhya are a little different. Uha Siddhihi, Shabda Siddhihi, Adhyayana Siddhihi, Adhyatmika Dukkha Vigataha, Adibhautika Dukkha Vigataha, Adidaivika Dukkha Vigataha, Suhrit Praptihi, Danaha. These are the 8 kinds of Siddhi that you are talking about. Uha, or instinct, Shabda, listening to good things. And then you can, your understanding through ears is very sharp. Adhyayanam, if you read, then you can quickly understand. Adhyatmika dukkha vigataha, you have completely removed any dukkham that is with respect to the manas. If it is adi bhautikam, that which comes from the nature, adiyo, we don't get affected by the dukkham that comes from nature. Adi daivika dukkha vigataha, we don't get affected by anything that fate drops in our paths. Suhrit praptihi, attainment of friends. Danaha here is charity, illana, some kind of receiving things. So none of, if someone does not have any of these things, it is called Siddhi Vada. These things don't occur to people. To people who live like an animal. Adhika solrar Ashtavimsha, idiye vandu, you can take it up as 1 hour lecture. It's so much of information with just one small aspect here. Yoshchi paathomna. Ashtavimsha dvadha upetam yad rupam tamasam tava, your form which is made from tamoguna and that which is included with these 28 types of viparyaya. Viparyaya, it's an obstructive knowledge or obstructive feeling, or if there are 28 types of obstructions in this form, it is possible for that form to go into the wrong path. Unmargagami. Unmargaha namam, the dushpatham. So sarvatmanna tasmai vashyatmane namaha. I pray to even that form. Aduyum bhagavana pakana. Angada irukku. Narayanam namaskritya naranchaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vacham tato jayamudirayet.